Hughes, the Director of Construction for the New York Times. I want to give you a little more information that will set up the rest of the speakers here tonight. I want to talk very quickly about the vision of our building. Renzo's vision was first and foremost about transparency, and that makes a lot of sense for us as a media company. We're collecting information and we're disseminating, we're distributing information. It's a two-way street, and our facade is very much built like that, so that at night you can see in, at night you can see out. Daytime you can see in, you can see out. So it's not a mirrored building. It's not a building in which the lights inside of the building mean that all the reflection comes back in your eyes and you can't see out. He also talked to us about lightness and dematerialization. I think you saw in the rendition of our building. I wish it was a photograph of the completed building, but we're not quite there yet. How the building rises up and tends to dematerialize as it gets taller in our urban landscape. We talked about strength and the way it's expressed in our building. The steel, a lot of the steel, the exterior steel of our building actually is outside of the curtain wall. It comes right down into the park, into the sidewalk. You can literally hug the steel of our building when you walk by once we're finished. It's also about integrity, which is critical to us. Okay. It's also about integrity, obviously very important to us in the newspaper business, in the media business. And all the materials that you see, they are what they look like. There's no faking it at all. Everything in terms of materials is true. The underlying philosophy of our design, and this is really to take home what Hussein was talking about in terms of our design, it must enhance the way we work. Why build a new building? Why move into a new building if it doesn't enhance the way we work, if it doesn't make us better at what we do? It also needs to reflect our values in the community, and it also needs to serve our long-term operational needs, and that's where the energy component also comes in. You're going to hear us talk tonight about cogeneration, about underfloor air distribution, automated shades, dimmable lighting systems. Renzo Piano Building Workshop and FX FOW, they gave us a gift of natural light when they created the water white, low iron, clear glass facade. They gave us an opportunity that you don't see very often in terms of the amount of natural light that would come into the space. The floors. Jumping ahead, trying to speed me up. All right. So this gift of natural light, we said we would accept nothing less than a building that took advantage of it now. So as we were developing the interior fit-out strategy, we wanted to make sure that we were taking advantage of this light. So that created a number of challenges for us, but also some rewards. The types of challenges are the glass. What I'm showing here very quickly is the glass. This is the transmittance at 75% for the visible spectrum. So we're letting in almost all of the light, 75% of the light at the visible spectrum. We're truncating off the UV and the infrared. Another challenge is glare. This gives you an example. This is a picture from our mock-up that we built, 4,000 square foot mock-up. Exactly the glass, the ceramic tubes, the shade systems that we're using. And this gives you an idea of a challenge, something we have to watch out for. Also, there were market issues, and we put forth what we call the big, hairy, audacious goal, which was to find a way to build the dimmable lighting systems that we wanted at no extra cost to us. Now that's a big, hairy, audacious goal. That isn't something that we've actually achieved for every dollar spent. But we jumped way beyond where the marketplace started by transforming that marketplace intentionally, trying to use the scale of our project to drive the pricing from a low volume, high pricing scheme to a large volume and low pricing, more consumer type model. And that meant a lot to us. One of the things that comes from this, one of the rewards, besides the energy savings, is the dynamism, the dynamic lighting inside our space. So when we built the mock-up, and what I'm going to show you just a quick time lapse here of what it means in our space to have all this natural light and to use these systems that we're going to talk in much more in detail. All of my colleagues on the panel are going to talk about various portions of this, but how the light changes what's going on in the space. It is not fixed, it's dynamic. So I'll talk you through this. This is the southwest corner. On the left side is the south. As you're looking straight at this window wall, that's the west. The lights are all off in the ceiling. We're still achieving 50-foot candles on the work plane. The shades are all up. It's 11:20 in the morning. The shades are starting to come down on the south facade. It's summertime, so the sun is high in the sky. The shades are coming further down on the left, the south facade. The lights are all off still. It's already 1:20. We haven't had an electric light on since we came to work. It's 2:20. The shades are still in the same position on the south facade. They're managing the amount of light coming in through the south facade. The shades are going down further on the south facade. Now they're starting to come down on the west as the sun has moved around that southwest corner. Now the lights are starting to come on. It's 3:28, and the lights aren't on. Even all the lights aren't on, let alone being on full. Every single light here is dimmable. Each of them is making sure that we get 50-foot candles at the work surface. That's the criteria. Now all the shades are down on the west and on the south. It's 5 o'clock. We still have some lights out. There comes the last band of lights on at 5:30. The sun is setting. All the lights are on. Now the sun is set, so the shades come back up. The lights are on. It's getting darker. And finally, 6:15, it's dusk. The lights are on almost full. So that gives you an idea how changeable the space is going to be. That's what I call the rewards of these types of systems.